There we go. Of course, my phone rings as soon as the stream starts, but I don't recognize the number, so I'm not going to answer.
A fart man?
What?
Photo of the day. An RAF Lutton C-5 Hercules bomber drops a fast-action response team van onto the A-19 just outside Sunderland after locals report seeing several people leave their homes during the lockdown.
Fast-action response team. That is...
It's a fart van!
That is a poorly planned acronym right there.
Or very intentional.
Or very intentional, but I kind of doubt that. I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick. They feel weirdly dusty. Well, they left a message. It doesn't necessarily mean anything, but... Share stream. Hey, dude. And APR sees me, so... Hello, Internet. It is 2:04 p.m. on Tuesday, September 29th, 2020. I'm Mark Amsray, DJ Amstrack, and I'm holding court. That's Daniel. He's taking a break from work right now. Right. Today I'm going to be continuing Shadowrun Dragonfall. I'm dressed like the Decker today, but I am the shaman. I am in fact a few minutes late starting the stream because I wanted to go dig this shirt out. I had forgotten until like right about time to start the stream that I was just wearing a plain white t-shirt. Because I had an interview this morning, and I put on that t-shirt under a polo shirt so I could look nice. Okay, there we go. Chat monitor is up and good and everything. Yesterday, I did a mission for the Doctor, which, while the rewards were not exactly helpful to me as a shaman. Come on, computer. Yeah, while the rewards of the mission weren't exactly helpful to this character, I would not have missed that encounter for anything. That was kind of amazing. Aw, thanks. Computer, what are you doing? I've just got a black screen now. I think I decided to alt-tab at just the wrong moment, and now everything's just... Oop, guess I'm not gonna display anything. turn on the TV and see if I can get a... Yeah, cursor's fine over there. So, that's not what I want. There we go. Okay, now it should be good. Let's try that again. XSplit. There we go. I think I already talked to Gunari. Which means that next is whatever other job. I think I've got like a fig seed stuck between my teeth. Cammy brightens up as you approach her, grinning widely. Hey there! Altug was just telling me you were around. I was wondering if you might be willing to trade a story or two. What are you looking for exactly? The girl taps a finger thoughtfully against her chin. Well, you're new here. I know that you knew Monica, and I've got a vague idea about what went down the night she died. But I want to know what you think your most exciting adventure has ever been. Hang on, how the hell did you hear about that? She smirks playfully. Remember, I'm Altug's ears and hands outside of the cafe. We share a lot of intel, he and I. So what is the story between you two, then? She glances away briefly before returning her gaze to you. I suppose I can tell you. If the Monica thing was a secret of yours, it's only fair I share one of my own. I never really went to school, pretty much been a street kid as long as I can remember, and there was so much to learn from people outside of school that I never really bothered. It makes it difficult to get a job, so as all good street kids do, I chose a place to haunt with my friends and always hung out there. That was Altug's cafe, and he was super nice about me and mine. I felt more comfortable with him than I ever did with mein Vater. Her eyes narrow, only for the briefest moment at the word. And we talked a lot when I was waiting around for my friends. He must have been fairly comfortable with me too, otherwise he wouldn't have offered me a job. What is it that you do, really? Technically, I'm the barista, but like I said before, ears and hands. I run his errands, I gather gossip, and sometimes I even make coffee. I much prefer his hookah options, though. Real coffee makes me feel paranoid. Speaking of which, I should probably get back to work. See you around. So, you're VL, eh? Like Monica Schaefer's replacement. He looks you up and down, then nods. Good, you look the part. Let me get right to business. My organization would like to retain your services for the indefinite future, but first we're asking you to go on a trial run, an audition of sorts, to prove that you're the right man for the job. Assuming that you complete this trial to our satisfaction, I will then offer you a variety of simple tasks. All of these should be achievable in the course of your everyday business. You won't need to go out of your way or expose yourself to much unnecessary risk. For each task that you complete, you will be rewarded handsomely, and there will be a bonus if you finish them all.
or expose yourself in public.
So, have I piqued your interest? Will you accept our offer? Who do you work for? How did you know where to find me? My organization knows everything worth knowing in Germany, including this small pond that is Berlin. It is in our best interests, however, to remain unknown to the world at large. For the time being, that is all you need to know. What does this audition pay? I can offer you 1,500 new yen, but only if you complete the full audition, the run and post-run interview, to our satisfaction. If you fail to perform up to our expectations, you will receive no pay and no further offers of work. That isn't much. It's an audition. The purpose of this trial is for you to prove your worth to us, not the other way around. Of course, you're free to decline if you wish, but know that there are hundreds of runners in Berlin who would kill for the opportunity to work for us. We came to you because we think we see a glimmer of potential. If you prove us wrong, we will happily take our offer elsewhere. Sure, I'm in. Good. Very good. Now, on to the task at hand. There is a man named Alishire. He is a senior manager at Hermes Eurocom and a respected figure in his community. My organization also suspects him of working with pro-corporate extremists. These people are actively working to undermine the Flux state and pave the way for a corporate-controlled Berlin. My organization has no more desire to see Berlin fall to the corporations than you do. However, we are hesitant to act on our suspicions without proof. This is where you come in. Keep talking. You will meet with a team that I've arranged for you, and with their assistance, you will plant surveillance devices in his apartment. Take the U-Bahn to Frankfurter Tor and go alone. The rest of your team will meet you there. I get the feeling that this is a, based on the look of several of the in-game portraits, I get the feeling that one of the backer rewards was to get featured in the game as a portrait like this. I don't know that for certain, but this guy and a couple of others kind of give me that feeling. Hang on a second, I already have a team. You do, yes, but they are unsuitable for this job. Remember, this is a test of your abilities, not Iger's or Glory's or Dietrich's. How do you know their names? The same way that I knew yours. You will complete this trial with the team that I have assembled, or not at all. It's important for us to know that you're willing to work within these limitations. So, will you work within the boundaries that I have described, or will you turn down an opportunity that your fellow runners would kill for? I'll work with your team. Very good. The moment that you board the train to Frankfurter Tor, your test will begin. I would advise you to bring what you need in terms of medical supplies and ordnance. Once you embark on your trial run, there will be no turning back. After you have planted the devices and verified that they work, come back to me. There will be a brief interview, a post-mortem on the run if you like, and assuming that I am satisfied with what I hear, I will pay you your first stipend. Then we will discuss our future options. Best of luck, VL. We will be watching. As the U-Bahn hums toward the Frankfurter Tor, you tug idly at the fabric of your maintenance uniform. You found it in a duffel bag on your seat when you boarded, along with a note from Dewar to put it on before your arrival. The moment you step off this train, the note said, your trial run begins. You are to rendezvous with the rest of your team, reconnoiter the building, and plant the specified devices in Alishire's suite. Beyond that, your approach will be left to you. Do not disappoint us. You are being watched. As you emerge from the dingy confines of the U-Bahn terminal and step into the light of day, you find yourself confronted by a wall of muscle in a knight-errant uniform. You're with maintenance. It isn't a question. He stands impassively waiting for a response. No, I'm a Shadowrunner here on a job. This uniform is just a clever disguise. That is actually an option. And as much as I want to take it, I feel like that would be a bad idea.
I don't know, sarcasm might just cement in his head the fact that, like, the thought that you're not.
Well, it did just autosave, so...
You're silly.
No, I'm a Shadowrunner here on a job. A low growl, amplified by the speakers in the guard's helmet, reverberates in your ears. Watch it. They might think you're hilarious back at the office, but there's nothing I hate more than a wise ass. Sorry if I offended you. Better. But keep the jokes to yourself from now on. Otherwise, I might just decide to treat you like the criminal that you claim to be. He drops his hand to the handle of his sidearm. Here's a hint. You don't want that to happen. Anyway, Shadowrunner, your fellow mob jockeys beat you here. Security checks came in green, so you're good to head into the building whenever you want to. Sooner would be better, by the way, for both of us. I'll just get moving then. Have a good one. A young dwarf looks up at you, wide-eyed with apprehension. From the way that she's fidgeting, you can tell that she's terrified. She bites her lower lip, eyes darting from side to side. Finally, she takes a step toward you. Hello? Are you Mr. VL? Yeah, that's me. Am I late? No, you're right on time, but the rest of us got here early, and one of the others was pretty vocal about not wanting to wait. He took off, and the other guy followed him. They're already inside.
Shop's falling apart early.
Great. That's just great. The dwarf wrings her hands. I'm sorry. I told them to wait, but they didn't listen. They just muscled on past me and waltzed through the front door. Don't worry. It's going to be fine. Let's find the others and see and do what we came here to do. She takes a deep breath and nods. Yeah, okay. They'll still be on the first floor. Nobody's getting upstairs until I bypass the security locks on the elevator. That's why I decided to wait for you out here. I figured that they couldn't get too far ahead of us if I didn't go inside with them. Good thinking. Thanks. I just hope they don't screw things up in there. All that I want is to get this thing over with and get back home. Right there with you. Let's head inside. Yeah, okay. Let's do it. Oh. I will take a look at that.
It contains 3 different
on the main page, right? Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. A small one of those and some actual food. Sure, that sounds tasty. One of those and an order of tots. Medium, I guess. Yes, bring me small children. No, I don't want QAnon busting down the door.
That's mentioned the associated health risks of small children.
Yeah, that's that too.
Especially in light of the ongoing issue with
Garlic butter bacon burger.
Yeah, it's
Okay. Okay. Put in the order and then I'll get back to the game. There we go. Okay. Excuse me. A mid-level corporate compound, complete with living spaces on the upper levels. Enter complex. But I want to enter the simple. As you step through the door, you find yourself confronted by a pair of men wearing the same kind of uniform that you are. Judging by their expressions, there is no love lost between the two. Hearing the door swing open, they turn to face you. The shorter of the two, a human with arcane symbols tastefully embossed into his belt, glares at you. You're here, finally, and you've brought our little mouse of an electrician with you. Better late than never, but not much better. You're tardy enough as it is. He jerks his thumb at the elf standing beside him. I'll leave it to you to keep our pack mule in line. The elf's lips curl into a snarl. Hanging from his back is a bulging pack that looks incredibly heavy. His broad shoulders sag under the weight of whatever's inside. He's dumb as a post, but he can lift heavy things. Might not be bad in a fight either. At the very least, he can soak up a few bullets for the rest of us. Staring daggers at the mage, he spits out a long string of foreign words in a single susurrant breath. The sound of it is lovely, but his expression leaves little doubt that the message behind the words is an ugly one. Oh, and I hope that you can speak Sparethiel. He shakes his head in disgust. Damn useless immigrants. Wow! I really don't like you. Do us all a favor and keep your opinions to yourself. The corner of his mouth lifts into an ugly smirk. You may be the leader of this team, but I'll speak my mind whenever I please. Get used to it. Oh, and by the way, think you could have gotten here any later, pal? I've got an important meeting to get to, and if I'm late, the shit is going to hit the... This isn't getting us to your meeting any faster. He flashes a hateful glance at the dwarf, then turns his attention back to you. No, it isn't. So let's get to the penthouse and plant the cameras. I'll mask them against detection, and then we can all go our separate ways. The elf mutters something under his breath and hitches the bulky pack up a little higher on his back. His muscles bulge under the strain. That pack looks heavy. I can help you with it if you want. The elf blinks uncomprehendingly and takes a half step back. I told you, he can't understand a word you're saying. Nothing's come out of his mouth but that pigeon drivel the elves call a language. A Tyr Terngyre dialect, if I'm not mistaken. I wish that he'd do us all a favor and go back. Can you understand me at all? The musical tones of the elvish tongue pour out of his mouth again, but you can't make out a word. His dialect is quite foreign. It's unlike the form of Sparethiel spoken by the elves of Tir na Nog. The elf falls silent. He looks just as frustrated as Mage is. Just relax and concentrate on the job. Your words don't seem to have much impact. The elf's scowl deepens. Now that we're all together, let's discuss our approach. Anyone know how we're supposed to get into Alishire's penthouse? I do. If you can get me to a building access panel that's on the same circuit as the penthouse, I should be able to put its security system into maintenance mode. The job will take some creative rewiring. Well, that and whatever's in the pack the elf is carrying. Our employers gave me the schematics. And do you know where we'll find that access panel, Mouse? Quit calling me that! And yes, I do. There's an access panel in one of the mid-range apartments on the same floor. My contact gave me a key code that should get us in. You've said should twice already. That makes me feel uneasy. Well, there's nothing that I can do about that. It's the plan that I was given, and we're stuck with it. Unless you have a better idea, we'll just have to follow our instructions and hope for the best. She turns to face you. Get me to a building access terminal on this floor, and I can rewire the elevator. That's the first thing we need to do. Once we're upstairs, we use the code I was given. I rewire Alishire's security system, and we hide the cameras in his apartment. Her brow furrows. Well, that's the theory, anyway. Alright then, let's go. The well-dressed orc stops his pacing to stare at you as you approach. Heavy worry lines etch his forehead, and his eyes are bloodshot. He looks like he hasn't slept in a month. I don't want to be rude, but I'm a little busy right now. If this is about building maintenance, take it someplace else. James's cheeks flush red. He takes a step forward. Watch it. You don't get to talk down to me like... York bristles. Like a janitor? Yes, I do, because that's what you are. If you want to keep wearing that uniform, you'd better watch the attitude. Now, isn't there a floor that you could be cleaning or something? I've got a lot on my mind to worry about. Important things. I don't want to be bothered. Hey man, relax. I'm sure that it's all going to work itself out. With visible effort, he calms himself. Look, sorry, I'm not trying to be unpleasant. It's just that I have a huge presentation to give to the board in 20 minutes. I stayed up all night practicing it, and now I'm so tired that I can't even remember my own name. That's rough. He shakes his head miserably. I'm gonna botch this. And the worst part is, most of those bastards will assume it's because I'm an orc. They already make jokes behind my back. After this, it's gonna get a lot worse. That's tough, man. Best of luck. He scowls and continues to pace. That would be security. Which would certainly give me access, but, quick save. The guard steps forward, interposing himself between you and the terminal. Your security clearance doesn't authorize you to be in here. Well, we'll be on our way then. Take it easy. A boutique food kiosk. The sign out front advertises a variety of locally sourced foodstuffs, all of them terribly overpriced. Take a closer look at the food on offer. Glancing in the self-serve refrigerated section of the kiosk, you find a variety of sandwiches wrapped in slick plastic. You could eat for a week for the price of one of these things. Jenna studies the junction box for a moment, then turns to face you. See that guard in the hallway? Well, he was standing next to a junction box just like this one. Looks like they're both on the same circuit, too. So I could use this one to overload the one that the guard is standing by. Yeah, I could feed a nice power spike into that one from here. You know, if you wanted me to. Sure, that sounds fun. Wordlessly, Jenna pops an access panel at the base of the terminal and begins snipping wires. A few minutes later, she replaces the panel's cover and stands. Alright, that should do it. I've bypassed the security lock on the elevator. We're good to head upstairs. Let's get moving then. Let's. Alright, I'm gonna need you to get me to this floor's access panel. That'll be in room 303 on this floor. The door combination is 14291. Make sure to write that down. I can do that. 14291. Yeah, I've got it. Okay, once I'm there, I can put the penthouse door in maintenance mode. That'll set its key code combination to 11111, so we shouldn't have any trouble getting in to plant the cameras. We've been making halfway decent time. Not good, but not terrible. But I can't afford any more delays. Cracks his knuckles, which I can't really do. I hope that no one else gets in our way for their own sake. Yeah, tough guy, you're in a hurry. We get it now. Shut up about it already. The ugly smile falls away from his face. What replaces it is uglier. If I weren't under instructions to follow your lead, this would be a very different conversation. Yeah? Well, you are, so shut up and deal with it. She shakes her head in disgust. God, I wish that we didn't need you to finish this job. His lip curls into a sneer. Sadly for all of us, you do. Oh, and by the way, we're going to have words when this run is over, Mouse. A stream of caustic syllables pours out of the elf's mouth. His back is stooped under the weight of his pack, but his hands have clenched into fists. He rolls his eyes and points a bony finger at the elf. Look, it's trying to speak. I want to get this over with, VL. I want to get away from these people and go home. This trendily designed panel reads Apartment 303. A slick high-grade keypad has been mounted into the door frame. Here's the keypad. Code accepted. Welcome, homeowner. Moving the painting aside, you find a large maintenance access panel. Jana steps forward, a slight frown on her face. Okay, I guess that this is me. She pulls a multi-tool from her belt and uses it to loosen the bolts that hold the panel in place. Pulling up a schematic on her PDA, she examines the terminal's wiring. Hurry it up, woman. The clock is ticking. Don't rush me. This is complicated. Popping the lid on her toolbox, she grabs a pair of wire clippers, a soldering gun, and a roll of electrical tape. With a look of grim determination on her face, she begins to snip into a massive harness of cables that runs through the unit. All right, she taps the elf on the knee. I'm gonna need that thing now. He nods and reaches back to unsling his pack. Placing it on the floor, he opens it and pulls out a large blue canister. It takes all of his strength to wrestle it up from the ground and into the space in the access panel that Jana has cleared. There you go, you dumb ox. Do something useful for a change. The elf says nothing. Unburdened by the heavy pack, he stands up straight, and for the first time, you appreciate how much larger he is than the corporate mage. He stares down at James, and his hands bunch into fists. Stay cool, man. We're almost done. If the elf understands you, he shows no sign of it. He continues to stare James down, and the mage continues to ignore him. Payload in place, Jana goes back to work. It only takes a few minutes for her to screw, wire, and solder the canister into the harness. She inspects her work, nods, and turns to face you. She stands and brushes the hair out of her eyes. All right, job's done. Just need to do a bit of cleanup, and we can get out of here. Nice job, Jana. Yeah, thanks. It wasn't all that difficult, just a matter of following our employer's instructions. Hey, that's great, but time's a-ticking, so let's keep moving. He glances at the jumble of wire and circuitry through the open access panel. To hell with the cleanup. We'll be gone before anyone notices anything anyway. Sure that whatever you did disarmed the security system? She shrugs. Not really. I have no idea what that canister was or what it's supposed to do. Our employers told me that I had to wire it into the wall at this junction, so I did. That's all I know. Our employers don't tell us much, do they? The mage sneers. You haven't been doing this long, have you? The lodge doesn't tell you things that you don't need to know, and you don't ask. Your job is to do what they tell you, take the money, and keep your mouth shut about it afterwards. It's all very simple. The lodge? The mage's eyes widen incredulously. You don't even know who you're working for, do you? You're leading this team and you don't have a clue. Jana cuts in, her eyes wide. Both of you, shut up! Somebody's coming! A tall, spray-tanned man in an expensive suit rounds the corner at a jog and comes bustling into the room. He stops short when he sees your team. His eyes flick from you to the panel that Jana pried from the wall, and the smile falls from his face. What the hell? This is my apartment! I own it! What are you doing in here? We're maintenance. Look at the uniforms. Yeah, I see that, but you can't be in here without my consent, and you sure as hell can't go tearing up my walls without giving me advance notice. James shoots you an irritated glance. This is a waste of time, and I'm already running late. If you don't take care of this idiot, I will. The elf barks something out at James. The sound is uncharacteristically ugly, all harsh consonants and sibilant hisses. Keep your mouth shut, James. I'll talk this out with our friend here. He bristles. Talk this out? The hell with that. We have a job to do, and he's in the way. Deal with him and do it fast so that we can get back on track. The homeowner looks shocked, but he recovers quickly. He takes a step toward James, his hands balled into a fist. All right, buddy, you've asked for it. I want to know your employee number, and I want to know it now. I'm a member of the Homeowners Association for this level. You know what that means? I have a lot of pull with building management. He thrusts an outstretched finger at James. Your days wearing that uniform are numbered, I promise you that. Calm down, sir. There must be a problem at dispatch. You should have received a work order last week. I didn't receive a thing from dispatch, or from anyone else for that matter. My wife and I are entertaining guests here in an hour and a half, and our living room is ruined. I need to know that you're going to fix this, and that you'll clean the place back up, and that you'll put a new coat of wax on the floors. I need... The hell with it. I don't have time for this. His hands twist into claws, and he raises them high. An instant later, they are wreathed in an unnatural purple glow. James, stand down! We do not need to kill this man. The glow intensifies into a scintillating torrent of light. The energy lances and stabs out of James' hooked fingers as if it were alive. The man in the doorway recoils in alarm, and his palm slaps down a plastic disc that has been clipped to his belt. Too late, you recognize the object. A panic button. The air fills with the cacophonous wail of screaming alarms. James jerks back, his concentration broken. From down the hall, you can distantly hear the sound of heavy footsteps approaching at a run. Meanwhile, the homeowner backpedals, trying to put a wall between himself and James. He's moving too slowly. Much too slowly. Everybody stand down! Your words are met with an incomprehensible screech. In your peripheral vision, you catch a flurry of motion. Your elvish companion is moving, making a beeline toward James. Janna is hanging off of him, trying to slow him down, but he barely seems to notice. With a kick, he sends her tumbling to the ground, then reaches for his weapon. Stop it! Stop, damn it! We need him alive to complete the run! With a kick, he sends her tumbling to the ground, then turns back toward James. I'm tempted. I am very tempted. But I want to try and make it work. The elf comes up short, staring at you. He sweeps his vision from you to Janna to James. Then he exhales heavily and spits out a jumble of broken German. Killers, innocents of... will not stand for. I not slave. All lodgemen bastards. I kill all. Getting the allergy shots. Thanks. Didn't have to kill the elf. I like him. Okay, I'm going to. Thank you. That's it? According to this, yes, the penthouse's security system should be inactive. Let's move then. To hell with the cleanup. We'll be gone before anyone notices anything anyway. You're sure that whatever you did disarmed the security system? Not really. I have no idea what that canister was or what it's supposed to do. Our employers told me that I had to wire it into the wall at this junction, so I did. That's all I know. If they say it'll work, then it'll work. They'd have no reason to lie about something like that. An astonished chuckle escapes from her mouth. No reason to lie? You really believe that? The mage cuts her off. The lodge doesn't tell you things that you don't need to know and you don't ask. Your job is to do what they tell you. Take the money and keep your mouth shut about it afterward. It's all very simple. Lodge. You don't have a clue. Both of you, shut up. Somebody's coming. Yes, yes. Okay. Let's keep calm, everyone. This is a simple misunderstanding. Misunderstanding my ass. Your friend just called me an idiot in my own home. He wheels on James and his hands balled into fists. I want to know your employee number, and I want to know it now. Do you now? I'm a member of the homeowners association. Your days wearing that uniform are numbered. I promise you that. You're right, James. We're wasting time. Do what you need to do. His hands twist into claws and he raises them high. An instant later, they are wreathed in an unnatural purple glow. What the hell? And he still gets to the panic button. James, let him go, damn it. The mage's response comes out with a snarl. Bastard tried to bring security down on us. He isn't leaving this room. An incomprehensible screech cuts off the mage's sentence. In your peripheral vision, flurry of motion. Yeah. Stop, damn it! We need him alive to complete the run! Yeah, at this point, scrub the mission and attack James. I'm with you, pal. To hell with the lodge and to hell with this run. The mage half turns from the elf to you, his eyes wide with alarm. The ethereal glow from his hands flickers and sparks. Janna screams something, but with the blood pounding in your ears, you can't make out the words. James's jaw drops open. You're on him before he can speak. Nice job. I'm not comfortable with how little we know about this run. The lodge. Okay. Can I do anything differently? Can you still hit the panic button if I just let him go forward? Right. Panic button. Nope. Can I intimidate the elf? Nope. Okay. Just flee. This is not going to go well. I don't have much choice. Try to. No. Jeez. All attacking me. Wow. Yeah, this is. And I'm down. Designed for panel reads Penthouse. A slick high-grade keypad has been mounted to the door frame. Use the keypad. Maintenance override accepted. And then she's gonna... Total wipe. Oh yeah. Those are good. You know, I'm going to look something up. I feel like I'm probably making this harder than it needs to be. Ooh. Interesting. Yeah, okay. I'm going to start this level over.
No graceful way to carry that much crap, two of which are stupid foam cups that have cuts in already for some reason.
I'm sorry.
Glass isn't eraser.
Thanks. Those. Thanks. Eh. Greasy puddle in the bottom of the bag. Garlic button butter.
Yeah, garlic butter.
Yeah, they've been trickling in over the last 15 minutes or so. I've already done a security check on your entire crew. Everything checked out, so you're good to head on into the building whenever you want. It's almost as if you were expecting me. We were. No one gets on or off of that train without us knowing about it. Don't worry, all the correct paperwork has already been filed. You and your crew are good for the next 12 hours. We're knight errant, of course we're on top of things. You get what you pay for, and the owners of this building paid for the best. Well, keep up the good work, man. Good one. Mm-hmm. fashionable business suit made of ballistic cloth catches your eye. It would be a simple matter to slide it on under your baggy maintenance overalls. Let me see that suit. Oh, good choice. Style and safety. You have a good eye. Here, let me show you to a dressing room. Extra charisma as a shaman is always good. I just hope that doesn't push it beyond cap. Yeah.
Oh, good crap. That was, garlic butter's good for wood, right? It's like old English.
You know, this is reasonably tasty, but it's almost a little much. Like they went overboard with the garlic butter. Okay. I need to record my life now real quick. One more minute. Yeah, could you open the door to the utility area? We have some work to do in there. You can't read the guard's expression through his mirrored face mask, but his body language makes it clear that he's staring at you. This door is security coded, Delta grade. Your ID says that you're just a Theta, so no, I can't open the door. You're not listening. We have work to do in there. I heard him loud and clear, mob jockey. Now you listen to me. Nobody without Delta clearance gets through this door, period. I'd suggest that you talk to management. If you really do need to be in here, they'll upgrade your clearance. Otherwise, piss off. Cool down, we're on the same side here. This is a dispatch problem, I'm sure of it. I don't envy you guys having to work with them every day. The guard's shoulders relax. Yeah, I hear ya. I swear, it's amazing that anyone gets anything done at all around here. Tell you what, you don't need to go all the way back to management, just call in and get your clearance changed. I'll let you guys in as soon as the authorization comes through. But I don't have etiquette security. My comlink's down. I'll need to use the one around the corner. Thanks for everything, man. Catch you later. A well-groomed corporate couple stands in the corner, browsing racks of pamphlets about neural enhancement headwear. The woman's head turns at the sound of your approach. Upon seeing your uniform, her nose wrinkles. Oh, hello. Are we in your way? We wouldn't want to keep you from your work. Her spray-tanned husband chimes in. Right, the last thing we'd want is to come between you people and whatever it is that you do. Yeah, we've got some repair work to do. The flux dilator is leaking coolant. A real messy job, believe me. Is that dangerous? We should call security. No need to panic. It isn't dangerous or urgent. Sergeant. Say, what are you looking at there? This? He holds up the display model that they were inspecting so that you can see it. A small chip along with a glossy, attractive information sheet. Street? Information street! It's a pediatric skill wire plus system for our son. Our little Hans deserves the very best, and he'll need it if he's going to compete with his classmates at the academy. That means headwear from Augmentech. We may not be as rich as the other parents, but this at least is something that we can do. This stuff isn't cheap. You must be very devoted parents. I'd like to think that we are, and no, it isn't cheap, but unfortunately these sorts of enhancements have become nearly mandatory at top-tier schools like the Academy. Our son's classmates come from affluent families. Even the least successful of Hans's peers has a pediatric encephalon, and it ranges on up from there. The Academy grades on a curve. If we were to send Hans to school without any enhancements, we'd be setting him up for failure. What about the kids that can't afford cyber surgery? The scholarship students, you mean? Well, I suppose that someone has to be at the bottom of the pile. Yes, but that someone won't be our Hans. It's an unfortunate situation, of course. But then, that's the world we live in, isn't it? So the rich kids get the deck stacked in their favor, and the kids who got where they are on merit get shafted. Sounds about right. Like I said, it's the world we live in. Yeah, it is. You wouldn't want Hans to wind up at the bottom of the heap like me. I should say not. You seem like a good man, and I don't mean to insult you, but you know how cutthroat it is out there. Hans will have every advantage, even if I have to mortgage the house to provide it to him. That's big of you. I should get back to work. Goodbye now. The woman behind the counter smiles at you, her cheeks dimpling. Good afternoon, and welcome to Augmentech, the boutique that makes the better you of you. That makes a better you of you. Her voice is overflowing with forced cheerfulness. Idly, you wonder how many times she has to give this exact speech every day. Tell me how I can help you today. I might be in the market for some cyberware. Then you've come to the right place. Please feel free to browse our catalog. We have a huge stock of performance-enhancing augmentations to make you into the person you've always dreamed you could be. Sure, look at the catalog. Scanning over the tastefully designed catalog, you find that most of Augmentech's stock consists of overpriced cosmetic cyberware, metabolic tweaks to help burn away cellulite, ruthenium polymer hair extensions, ultra-expensive leonization treatments aimed at wealthy septuagenarians. Toward the back of the catalog, you find some more practical chrome, but nothing that a Shadowrunner would want. From designer replacement limbs to nephretic screens for alcoholics, Augmentech carries the very best in fashionable implants for the ultra-rich. The mental enhancement section is a little more promising, but you don't see anything that you couldn't already find in the Kreutz Bazaar. You're about to turn away when an ad on the last page grabs your attention, the newest iteration of the Encephalon system, complete with an integrated math SPU. The Encephalon Next, as it's called, is bleeding-edge commercial-grade tech. Non-compete agreements prevent it from being sold at most stores, but you found one that carries it. Well, that won't be too useful for me as a shaman anyway, so... Thank you for browsing. If you need anything else, I'll be right here. We're doing a building-wide maintenance sweep of all major systems. Want us to take a look at your terminal? You know that I can't do that. You don't have the appropriate clearance to touch this terminal, let alone service it. Besides, it's been running great since that other maintenance team worked on it last week. I'm surprised that you don't have that in your records. You know how it is with us in management. The left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. It's ridiculous. Story of my life. You have my sympathies. Well, we'll be on our way then. Take it easy. Oh, hey, it can raise it above cap. Nice. This still isn't quite doing, or rather what's happening isn't quite. Things get really messy if I don't have etiquette security. That's unavoidable. The guard is unnaturally fast. You'd guess that his reflexes have been cybernetically enhanced. In a blur of motion, he slaps the terminal's panic button and jerks his weapon out of its holster. Well, shoot.
It's 182 twice, separated by 4. I see, it's a little fat 7-digit number, but it's really easy to remember because the structure is just like 3 pieces of information.
The waitress steps forward to greet you, a drink menu in her hand. Welcome to Caf Shack, home of the budget-friendly caffeine fix. May I help you? What do you have? You've got the cheapest soy caf in Berlin, guaranteed. She pauses for a moment and looks you up and down. You've been around long enough to know when you're being sized up. Finally, she continues. But of course, for hardworking folks like yourself, we do have other options. Options that corporate security doesn't tend to appreciate very much. Productivity enhancers. Get the picture? There's nothing I love better than enhanced productivity. What are you offering? I've got just the thing for that big presentation or that make or break annual report. It's called Jolt, and it's amazing. Imagine a great big cup of caf, only without the nasty crash or the jittery stomach. You can take as many as you need without winding up in the hospital, and each one will keep you up for a couple of hours.
Isn't that a cool offer?
Show me.
Beware Deckers bearing millstones.
Got a little something here. Sounds like just what you need. Is that Jolt? I haven't had that since I graduated from business school. Oh man, that stuff is the best. Here you go, man. It's all yours. No, I can't just take it from you. I know how much that stuff can cost. But here's what I can do. I'm gonna give you my room code. When you're making your rounds, doing your maintenance thing, you can stop in and grab my cred stick off the table. There's a couple hundred new on it. Cred stick on the table, got it. Just do us both a favor and promise that you won't take anything else, okay? I'm trusting you with this. Without security, yeah, without that etiquette, this isn't going to go smoothly, so just have to make the best of it. Was quick. I know my way around electrical systems. My father used to own rental properties all over Munich, and I helped him maintain them. I've been rewiring buildings since I was a little girl. Touching. I don't know what this has to do with getting me to my meeting, but please, by all means, keep waltzing down memory lane. We'll wait. Are you ever not a dick? If you make me miss my meeting, you'll see exactly how much of a dick I can be. You're supposed to be our leader, so pull your head out of your ass and lead us, preferably in an upstairs direction, so that we can get done with this before security catches us. You aren't hurting anyone unless I order you to. You got that? Yeah, I heard you. If I weren't under instructions to follow your lead, this would be a very different conversation. Yeah, well, you are, so shut up and deal with it. God, I wish that we didn't need you to finish this job. Sadly for all of us, you do. Oh, and by the way, we're going to have words when this run is over, Mouse. Blah, blah, blah. Look, it's trying to speak. I want to get this over with, VL. I want to get away from these people and go home. My beautiful Katya, I can't stop thinking about last Thursday after the evening teleconference. You and me sprawled out on my synth leather couch with you and your cardigan and nothing else. A bowl of strawberries and a bottle of Pinot. Bacchanalian decadence and hedonistic delight. A delicious evening for the both of us. I need to see you again. What we shared, we must share again. I feel utterly consumed by my passion for you. I have sent you a calendar invite for a second romantic interlude. Please accept it at your earliest convenience. Karl Heinz. I don't have decking. InfoSec personnel only. In place of a keypad, the console sports a smooth Duraplast panel with a data port in its center. It would seem that building management doesn't want laymen tampering with this machine. Our employers don't tell us much, do they? You haven't been doing this long, have you? Much. You don't even have a clue. Both of you, shut up. Somebody's coming. Okay. Keep your mouth shut, James. I'll talk this out. Talk this out. The hell with that. We have a job to do and he's in the way. Deal with him and do it fast so that we can get back on track. All right, buddy, you've asked for it. You know your employee number. Calm down, sir. Must be a problem at dispatch. this hypothetical F. It is. It really is. Yes. And I'm dead again. This is going to take luck. Why did he get to go first this time? You know what? Screw this whole thing. I'm reloading back to the Kreutz Bazaar and not taking this mission. Which basically scrubs the entire episode so far. you come from? Okay, well, this isn't happening. This isn't gonna work. It's 5 o'clock. Come back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, and I'll start over, scrub this whole day. Just, yeah, this was a waste of time.